Yeah!
Alright everybody, welcome to Ball Striking 101 Part 3.1. Load and unload, backswing and downswing. So I'm actually going to separate the Part 3 of the Ball Striking 101 series into a couple parts because there's a lot going on. In this video, what I'm going to begin to explain is this concept of load, unload, what those are. I'm going to introduce there are ways to measure that with various technologies, video lessons, stuff like that. I do want to give a disclaimer. The purpose of these videos is for educational, entertainment purposes only. Aside from purchasing an LSR system and using it, I'm not making a claim that simply watching these videos will improve your golf game significantly, like drop 5 shots and watch a video. I don't believe in that. If you really want to get better, get some lessons, first of all. I'd even say training aids, including my product. They're a great supplement, awesome supplement. Ultimately, playing the game, managing your ball flight, knowing what club to pick, stuff like that. A training aid cannot teach you that. If you have a sickness, you can't heal it yourself. You got to go to a doctor. If you really need help, go get some help. So, just wanted to make that clear. These videos are not intended to cure any disease, just like medical videos on YouTube. They're strictly for entertainment and informational purposes only. So that being said, I want to open up the discussion with release. Right? Everybody knows what release is. But it becomes this archaic thing, right? You have a lot of people who, it's like they're coming out of Midwestern Baptist Golfological Seminary, and they got all these golfological terms, and you don't know what the heck's going on. See, I don't believe in that. I believe technology is good and good to use, and it's an incredible measuring thing, but the doctor is not going to take your screening and simply, just give you all the technical. They're going to try to explain it in layman's terms, right? And it's good to know terms, it's good to study stuff, but I think overcomplicating things is hurtful. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as I can. So let's talk about this. So load and unload. Load, unload. Or better yet, radial deviation side. This is the right wrist extension, right wrist flexion side. This is technically not supposed to happen. Anyway, load, unload. Load, unload. Okay. So let's take a spectrum, and the spectrum goes all the way to positive 10. Let's call positive 10 maximum load. So we're gaining load. Positive 10 would be maximum load. Negative 10 would be maximum unload. 0 would be maintaining, right? So 0 would be maintaining. So if I set this angle right here, my movement is a 0. Right? There's no increasing load, there's no decreasing load. So if I have this angle right here, and I just go like this, we'll call this active 0, it's inactive. Now if I start to do this, we could call that a negative 3 or a negative 2 or a negative 7. The more we unload, the more negative number, and the more we load is a positive number. So let's understand that. Okay, then, the other thing we want to understand, take this off for a second. The golf club is designed to unload. The golf club is designed to unload. Without thinking about anything, if I just go from a normal loading position from the top of the swing, if I just don't think about anything, but I just swing, the golf club's going to naturally unload on its own. Okay? So we got to think about the difference between what's actually going on and what we're feeling. Here's what I'm talking about. Let's say I'm a caster. I load to 10 or load to 2. Some people do that. I load to 7, positive. And I come down and I don't think about it, but I unload. Let's call this a negative 7 before the hitting area, which is too much unload and it's happening too quickly. So your feel at any given point in time, let's just say this, if you don't try to change anything, your feel is going to always be a 0, because what you've always been doing is what you always do, and without actively thinking about anything, you're just going to keep doing what you're doing, right? the way you get up and get dressed in the morning, the way you go take a shower in the morning, you've done it so many times you don't even think about it anymore. It's kind of how the golf swing is, this idea of habit forming. It's like smoking, right? Smoking is hard to quit. It's hard to stop going over the top. It's hard to stop flipping, hard to stop casting. So really the same thing. Not exactly the same type of thing, but similar. So for instance, and by the way, I teach full time. 97% of golfers, they unload too quickly. And I'll talk about in another video how that leads to problems going through, but the problem usually starts here. Whether it looks like this, or maybe it's like right before impact, people break down right before impact. Some form of early unloading. Now I do want to say something. Good players, they do let the club unload. There is supposed to be release happening on this side. Now, I want us to think about something. If we're a caster, and this is leading to problems related to hitting the ground first, trying to not hit the ground first and topping the ball, hitting the toe, hitting the heel, all sorts of problems. Why in the world would you think about, I wouldn't think about releasing the club more yet, because if the problem's right here, I'd wait to change this, because until this changes, you're going to be stuck here. It's impossible to be here. Look, left arm bends. So if this gets messed up early, this is going to get messed up too. And that's the most common place where amateur golfers mess up, is anywhere from here to here, early unload. Now let's go on. So if I'm an early unloader, let's say I get to positive 10 to the top, and then I start going negative 7 or negative 3 even, bad stuff starts to happen. What you would want to feel, as is commonly taught, is to maintain or even increase load early in the downswing to the middle of the downswing. Meaning if in reality I'm a negative 7, unloading 7 out of 10 on the way down, well, maybe now I want to feel like I'm loading positive 7. Now, there does become a problem here. That's a common way people will teach and stuff like that. There's a problem here. How am I, how do you hit the ball like this? The club is designed to release it, and ultimately this is why it's so hard to stop early releasing. Because I'll tell you, if you're not familiar with golf, you haven't played golf a long time, if you're a higher handicap, the difference between that and this, most amateur golfers can't feel like a difference. This is commonly why many amateur golfers, and we catch this on video all the time, day job, practice swing, looks like that. Hit a ball, looks like that. They might extend their arms more as they go through, but so you're not able to feel the difference, right? So that being said, where am I going with this? If you have a early unloading problem coming down, if you're into the negatives, and it's causing you to look like this and hit the ground first, or shank it, or any number of problems with contact or distance, or high trajectories, or ball not getting up in the air because you're topping the ball. Positive load as you go down, and just, honestly, I teach a lot of people to do this. Just hit punch shots, short swing, because it's really hard to make a full swing and literally do this. You gotta slow down. You gotta make small swing, or full swing at first. Now again, this video this is for educational purposes only. I'm just kind of trying to clear up maybe the confusion in the golf world that's going on. Final thoughts. One good way. I don't want to only make videos to plug my product, but what better? I can't really think of a better way to teach. I can't think of a better way to teach maintaining your load in the early downswing and something like this. Right? Kinesthetic feedback, auditory too, if you let it go, it's not supposed to happen. Pretty immediate, pretty obvious. All the while, it's therapeutic. This is using a 15-pound band. It's going to force you to use muscles like this, muscles like this, to train that. Now, I'll keep the next point short. I don't want to leave, I don't want to confuse, but I don't want to leave in the dark people watching this. what's the next step from there? Well, you know, when you're still loaded, well, then we can actually unload as we're going through the golf ball. See, the problem with the early release is, if I get to here, this is a minor cast, by the way. This is probably -2. This is a -8, -2. Tour players, I'd say they're -0.7 at the most. Some players are here, some players are more here, most are in the middle right here. But if you're here, here's the problem. Try to extend my arms, I'm hitting the ground first. Okay, so you're almost forced, because the club's so close to the ground here, to bend as you go through. When you unload early, you have nothing else to unload over here. Bottle of water, right? If I spill some here, I don't have any left at the end. If I keep it in the bottle here, spill it out that way. Now I'm going to die of dehydration. But does that make sense? If I lose my water here, I don't have any to dump towards the target. If I lose my speed here, I don't have any left to go towards the target. The same thing with this. If I lose it here, I ain't got nothing left. I'm left doing this. If I get to here, then I actually can release the club because I'm in the proper position to hit the ball, and that energy is directed at the target. Think of an arrow going out of the golf club. This is pointed at the target. This is pointed at you. You try to release it, you go like that. So, you know, with my product, the LSR system, you know, the yellow band is a chipping band. It's, you know, small swing. This is your therapy right here with the ball. You can do this with the ball too, obviously. I'm not going to get them on this video just for the sake of time and where I'm at, but people over there, I don't think so. So, if you stay loaded, then you can unload at the target. So if you're a negative, say if you're unloading early, maintain your load and let it unload at the target. You want to release at the target, right? If the flags are over here, why would I release the club down? The target's over there, right? I'm gonna throw a ball, right? I'm not gonna go like this. It's like that, just like with a golf club, right? But that's down here. That's more layman's terms. So hopefully this has been helpful to watch. Next few videos I post, I know I've been scattered, just got a lot going on in my life. Happens to everybody. I try to take time to think about what I'm gonna post. I think that's good too. But again, the disclaimer here is, you guys, people watching, YouTube videos will not change your golf game the amount you want. Has anybody ever tried to cam your car on your own where you don't have any mechanical experience? Right? I bought a Camaro last year. I need to go to a shop to have that done. Let alone most people can't change the oil. I can. You got a health issue, you got to go to a doctor. You got to, you know, whatever it is, you got to go see somebody. It's the same thing with golf. You're not going to just watch a bunch of YouTube videos and then figure it out. Very few golfers that have gone to the tour level. I can think one off the top of my head, Bubba Watson. Most of them are coaching. If you want to seriously get better, you know, training aids are a great supplement, but in the end, you got to learn to control your ball flight and make decisions and play the game and read the green. You need coaching if you legit want to drop 7-10 strokes over the course of a year specifically. Go see somebody. Go see somebody. You get off YouTube. Tiger Woods said, get off YouTube, go hit some balls. I'm going to take that a step further. Get off YouTube, go see a coach, and hit some balls. LSR is a great supplement. LSR will, I mean, I've said it before, this forces you to keep your load. Notice I'm avoiding the term lag because that's a buzzword that's misunderstood. Or if you want to think of it that way, yes, LSR is going to force you to maintain your lag. If you don't, a lot of people do this and just slips off. And the yellow will do the same thing. If you don't maintain, it'll just slip off. The yellow will give you auditory kinesthetic feedback if you do it right. And then the orange, you can swing back and through. Now that being said, this is, you know, ball striking, distance, speed, all that. You still gotta learn to play the game though. Still gotta learn to play the game. So LSR and other training aids, great supplement, help you improve and get you a feel for what you're trying to do. That being said, as the Michael Jordan meme, stop. Get some help. All right. YouTube videos are entertaining. YouTube videos are informative, but they won't transform your game. Get some help. If you're interested, check out my product. Great supplement. But even with, my training aid can't teach you how to aim, how to play the game, how to select the club, how to read the green. So people still need help. Even if you have the greatest training in the world, still need coaching. All right. So thanks for watching. Hope everybody enjoys these. I'll go into more detail of this side of the swing next time, but I wanted to preview that with this side of the swing, because this side, you can't do well on this side without going to this side first. Right? Everything starts with where you're coming from in here, if we're assuming the impact is the moment of truth, which it is. Well, everybody enjoy the rest of your summer. If I don't post a video until the end of the summer, I might not. Hope Tiger Woods can win another major. Go Scheffler. I'm a big Scheffler fan. Go Scheffler. Scotty, if you ever watch this, I'm rooting for you. Solid straight bar with LSR. Impact, speed, strength, and flexibility you need. All-in-one golf system. Guaranteed. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you.